What's good, everybody? Back once again, and we got the first team, second team, third team NBA, and I was like compared to like some of the other ones, this is like really the one that's more interesting. Now, hearing I was like, so I was like, I seen I seen it from the TNT crew perspective, than like just looking at it on my phone or whatever. And so it was a little bit more interesting seeing it from third, second to first than I guess of like being able to see first, second, and third. Um, I was like, there's not really too many complaints. I mean, I was like, well, this is not like the All Star where it's like I feel like there's more complaining than I would think, just because this is not as much popularity and who you like and who's cool and all this other stuff. There's more about the season. It does sort of tie in a little bit of those things at the same time. The first team, I was like, there's really nothing that should really get changed. And more, so, I was just more surprised that Shea Gilders Alexander got it. Uh, Man, I'll probably butcher that, but SGA got it. Just because I'm glad that he got it, just because like sometimes being on like especially like nobody didn't think that team was gonna be anything for them to almost get into the playoffs, and probably would have did a better job than the Timberwolves against them Nuggets, or at least made it more like Anthony Edwards is damn exciting. But I feel like from a team perspective, they would have made it more exciting against the Nuggets. But that's neither here nor there. But good for him for making it to the first team. I thought with something like that, being your first time being on like noticeable and stuff like that, they would have did like, oh, okay, good job, third team. But they gave him first team, so credit to them. Also credit for giving Jaylen Brown also second team. I thought that I didn't know they were going to necessarily give him NBA all NBA team, one of those three, but just kind of with all the stuff and all the stuff that we all was hearing or whatever, maybe shouldn't hear too much, but I'm glad that he got his on the second or whatever. As far as him staying on the Celtics with that, who knows? Um, I was like, I guess with the games and stuff like that, because I know that was a big thing that people were thinking about, was like, are they going to have not enough gameplay to be in there? Because I know it was like centered around like Steph, and then there was also around LeBron, but I was like, to me, I didn't feel like Steph, like they all was really pretty much around like I think like 50, 60 games. So once you sort of get that point with a lot of them, it sort of was like as a crapshoot of like, well, we can throw out the played games out the window, that maybe like in another year or something like that, it'd be more of a problem. But I I was like, I'm surprised that LeBron made third, just because I thought they'd try to give him second, just because like he got the team to the playoffs. He beat Kareem record, and it's LeBron James or whatever. And not that LeBron shouldn't get respect and all his other and accolades, he deserved it or whatever. But it's also like it is LeBron, I think, and it's like name carries. Like for me, like Donovan Mitchell, uh, getting second team versus like somebody like De'Aaron Fox getting third team. When it's sort of weird to me that I'm like, Donovan Mitchell, like he had like he had them like outscoring point, because he had like what it was like 71. Then like a couple weeks later he had like 56, and he was going on a run of like scoring like crazy. But but I was like, but it's also weird, like for SGA getting his bump for a team that you wasn't paying attention to. I'm like, De'Aaron Fox was also probably the opposite end of suffering from that, just because I'm like he pretty much, I'm like he wins clutch player of the year, and I'm like he pretty much has been at like I get like 24 or something like that points per game. Third team in the West that never really had like really like it jeopardized really at all during that whole time. Um, no, I was like, so that's why I'm like that's a little bit more surprising. I was like, wait, no, I was like, my bad. They were second team. which even more of a feat. You know, I was like, Sabonis not gonna get past Embiid and Jokic. So that one makes sense. The guard one with that one, I was like, that will probably flip flop that one. Uh, who else surprised me there? Um, yeah, cause I was like, who else would surprise me? I would say that I was surprised that Laurie Market didn't get in there. I was surprised that he didn't get in there. But also, I would like him and Anthony Edwards, but I don't think I could really take anybody else really off from the forward spot in order to justify them two. Um, but I thought you could without there being a complaint. Um, John Morant not making it did sort of surprise me a bit. I thought that cause I was like, he really ain't missed those games except for those like little bit that when he was like in trouble. But also too, and I was like, and this sort of was my All Star thing is that I'm like, Julius Randle got the All Star bid when I'm like, I didn't understand that at all. I don't understand how he made it over Jalen Brunson getting the All Star nod, and sort of same here with the NBA team, because to me I was like, Julius Randle picked it up back from having a down year, but to me I'm like, yeah, but I mean I was like, I get you had Julius Randle last time you made the playoff, but I'm like, what really changed about the team? Jalen Brunson. I'm about to say Julian Brunson. I was like, too many J's. You got RJ, there's too many J's. Josh Hart, too many J's. But I was like, yeah, crazy. But yeah, no. To me, I was like, that was the difference. That was taking your team to the next level. That's what getting your team to the second round. That's what made everybody believe in the Knicks in a different way than it was that first year. That first year, everybody was like, yeah, but just toughness, effort, hustle and all that. Like, Thibodeau teams. Where I'm like, yeah, but what made it this year was the dynamic play of Brunson. I'm getting people involved. I was like the 3-point shooting, the creativity, the I was like the mid rank, like the fearlessness of going in. Like he's the one that unlocked the whole thing. Cause Randall pretty much still been sort of the same thing, except for now he hasn't really been point forward like he was in the previous years. So that's the only other thing I can think of or switch. Man, this escaping me of who was the other. Oh, it was I was like, I don't, but you couldn't really take Damian Lillard off in that situation, and so that's why it's sort of like it's not like the All Star where it's like if you talk about somebody who you taking off, that's not what this is, and uh because I was like, I know there was also like Drew Holiday that missed it, but I was like, I mean, if he was also on there, I guess I wouldn't be surprised if he did make an All Star team this year. But yeah, no, I was like, and I was like, there was no Booker on there either. So I was like, for the guard, I feel like it was just a lot more difficult. The forwards, because I was like, because who was it? Because it was Jaylen Brown. And it was Randall, LeBron. I'm missing somebody, but I'm pretty sure that person that was on the second team, I'm like, I fully agree with that one. So, which, I mean, if I'm missing who you are, sorry about that. But anyway, that's just my little 2 cents. That little 2%. It's the best part. That's why they keep in the milk. But anyway, if you like anything I had here to say today, thanks. I appreciate it. If not, hey, maybe there's next time. But until then, maybe check out some other videos or something like that. But that's it for me tonight. Peace. I'm out.